Thank you very much. The last song is called Sail Free. That was written by an old friend, Aaron Cody. Believe it or not, he and I had a mutual friend. This gentleman was Aaron's middle school band director and was also one of the first guys who taught me saxophone. His name was Chris Ashton. It was kind of written in remembrance to Chris by Aaron, so I had to throw those names out there. I'm sure y'all might have heard them, but anyways, that's the names. We're going to play a Pat Metheny tune called Minuano, no intro. you do want it?
Yeah.
Is that the... Let's see the show of hands. We've got an original composition or Christmas song. Show of hands. Let's see. Hands for the Christmas song. So we'll still get to pick the tune, but it'll be Christmassy or our own song. So hands for Christmas. We've got 1, 2. I'm gonna get it down here. I said 1, 2. Okay, that's pretty much it. So it's Christmas. It is. We're here for you. We're here for you.
Thank you. We appreciate that.
If you are so inclined, and you must, and you recognize the tune, you may sing like it if you need to. If you want to, it's all you. All your participation is.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Please keep it going for Mr. Kirk Guthaus and Paul Saunders. Absolutely fantastic set. Now, you know, I had heard your names before through Neil Ray and a few others. This first chance I've ever actually got to hear you play, and I heard that it was kind of a jazz sound. I was not prepared for this. I am happily impressed, as I'm sure everybody else up here is. Now, gentlemen, if each of you could take a moment and tell us what first got you started with just music in general, what got you interested in your particular instruments and this particular style, this particular genre of music.
I actually started on clarinet when I was like 8 years old. And then I think in middle school I picked up a guitar, and then got into the jazz band in high school. And then went to college, did jazz studies in college. I guess what initially drew me to jazz was just it seemed like there's a little more freedom with it, and the improvisation and stuff. Like they do there.
So I grew up listening to music. There are musicians in my house. My mom was the church pianist, part-time. As a kid, my parents were both involved in singing a lot in church. They took us to church all the time. We're always singing in church. And my parents had pretty good, in my opinion, they had good tastes in music at home. So we were listening to classical music, jazz music, Christian music, all different musics around the house, and it motivated us. And so I started with piano as a youngster because my mom taught all of us. I was one of 5, so I was third one down, so we all had to learn a little bit of piano. Switched to saxophone because piano was too hard. I'm just saying. As a 5th grader. And like Kirk, I guess the freedom in jazz and just the expressiveness, you know, it's a little bit open to people from various cultures to contribute. Various cultures, various generations, people through the years shaped jazz and will shape jazz.
Okay, and I have to agree with that. I know me growing up, the only thing jazz was useful for me was in high school art class. That was it. My high school art teacher was a jazz enthusiast, and that helped out there. Otherwise, my dad would listen to jazz, and I'd be like, really? Why? 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 But as I got older, I don't know what it was. At some point, I fell in love with the blues, and that immediately went to jazz. And now when I'm at my dad's place and he's playing jazz, I'm like, okay, what station is this? I need to write this down and sing some favorites. You know, so I do agree. It is cross-generational. It is very expressive. It's one of the things that I think everybody loves about it. Now, what can you tell me about the creative process when it comes to actually sitting down and writing music for you guys? When I'm speaking with, you know, indie guitarists, and when I'm talking to people more of the rock genre, a lot of times they'll mention this artist is their influence, this artist is their influence, they heard this, they did this. I've never asked this of jazz artists before, so I'm just curious. Given the way the music flows for you guys, what's the creative process like?
I guess for me, it's a combination of all the influences and all the stuff I'm listening to. And really what happens for me, I just have something stuck in my head and I just write it down.
I guess for me, this time of year, we think of the end of semester crunch that college students do. I think that is, honestly, you know, fear and pressure are the only things that really get me to write, because I guess early on I didn't write a ton, and it just never, I would have an idea, but then it turned out to be like, oh, that's a Disney song. That was in Aladdin. Oh, you know, things like that would happen, and be like, okay, I guess that's not, I guess somebody wrote that one. So I didn't really start writing music until I was about 28, and I was in college, and we had to, you know, just about every week we had to have a new a couple different professors would require us to have new tunes, and so it's by that note, and then the creative just starts flowing. Once I have to, if there's no other choice, I will compose music.
Okay, all right.
And real quick, both of you being in the 82nd band, and you play, that's part of your career, okay? Not many people get to actually play music as part of their career while doing a job like serving in the United States Army. How do you feel that your playing as members of the 82nd band affects or influences your playing in your recreational time?
I guess I try and play the same, both jobs, both kind of gigs. With the 82nd, I do a lot of auxiliary percussion stuff. We do a lot of marching, so I don't do a whole lot of guitar stuff. But well, I'm at work. I can practice all day. Play a couple hours a day to practice. So.
Y'all may not know, Kurt Guthaus here has the distinction of being probably the second most used bass drum player for march-ons at Fort Bragg. Would you say that's fair to say the second most used bass drum player? He really develops that bass drum, and it probably doesn't impact his finger technique on the nylon string guitar all that much. I'm sure there's some crossplay in there somewhere.
It's just given my rhythm.
There you go. Impact. The 82nd band has, I guess it shaped my playing to just the joy and this is a hard one. The whole idea of, passion and simplicity or in complexity, whether you're, no matter what you're playing. It could have been something you hated 2 years ago, but you're playing it now. It doesn't really matter what you think of it. You can make something great out of something you didn't like. You can make a situation that had, it's 25 degrees outside, but you got to blow that saxophone. It doesn't matter what. So you can find joy. You find joy in all those places, and I guess that call that a kernel of hope, a kernel of passion, in no matter where you're at. We have a very gifted commander, Chief Warrant Officer 2, Michael Franz, and he inspires us very much. And obviously, the band has had many commanders over the years, but he's our current guy, and he gets us pumped up. I'll say that.
And one last question. I talked to you guys a little bit about this beforehand. Now, I know you played at Agora Cafe. You've played a couple other places. Do you have any other venues that you either hit up or are looking to hit up, whether it be an open mic or a singer-songwriter circle or anything like that? Do you go to blues jam sessions or anything else like that?
I play on Pike Field a lot. I'm trying to get some stuff going around here. I'm trying to actually do some stuff with some of the churches, just doing some classical guitar stuff. Caroling groups too. I got some stuff with the bass player doing some classical duo stuff.
What he said? Yeah, I mean, we have some phone calls we can make and put some name in. Some of the places we've been at Morgan's Chop House, Agora Cafe, which is also associated with Unity Christian Church up the street. What's that? McPherson Church? Is that the name of that church? Sycamore Dairy. They're good friends of ours. Great people. And we're open to more. This time of year, we're talking about caroling. The band has some caroling groups. We'll go around. You see us different places. We don't know where they'll be or when that'll be, but you never know when you'll see us. I like to. It's a tradition, this time of year, moving forward into December. With a downtown like Fayetteville, I like to just wander around the street. I've done it a few times with some friends with some saxophones, just play some Christmas carols. You never know. We played to the prisoners in the jail cell down the street. We played to some homeless guys who were in a soup kitchen, just trying to get a meal. Just because it's, for me, Christmas time is obviously really important, and spreading that. No matter any volunteers, if you want to play some Christmas carols, we'll be out there. We're doing that.
Thank you, gentlemen. Everybody, let's give it up one more time for the Kirk Guthaus, Paul Saunders duo.